Hello and welcome back. I am Yashwant from English Lovers. In this video, I am going to teach you articles. Friends, making use of correct articles in the sentences is an important aspect of English language. Many advanced learners of language too make mistakes when they use articles. It happens because they do not know the rules of use of articles. So in this video, I am going to teach you some rules by which you can make correct use of articles in the sentence. So friends, let us start. There are three types of articles. They are a, an, and the. These articles are classified broadly into two groups. One is indefinite articles and the other is definite articles. So article a and article an are called indefinite articles and article the is called definite article. There is one rule regarding its pronunciation. When we pronounce these articles separately, they are pronounced as a, an, and the. But when they come in the sentence, a is pronounced as it is a, but an is pronounced it as an. And the definite article the, sometimes it is pronounced as the and sometimes the. So when the noun starts with vowel sound, the is pronounced as the, and when it starts with consonant sound, it is pronounced as the. So remember this word regarding pronunciation. There are some rules that govern the use of articles in the sentences. So when we know these rules, we will be able to use these articles in the sentences. So the very first rule, very common rule, is use a before words that begin with a consonant sound and use an before words that begin with a vowel sound. Now you know that there are 26 alphabets in English language, out of which 5 alphabets A, E, I, O, U are called vowel alphabets and the rest of them 21 are called consonant alphabets. But in English there is a sound system and there are 44 sounds in English language, out of which 20 are vowel sounds and 24 are consonant sounds. So the words that begin with consonant sound, they take article a, and the words that begin with vowel sound, they take article an. We see some examples: a car, a book, a woman, a student, a banana, a university, a European, and a union. So in this group of examples, you see that these nouns car, book, woman, student, banana, they start with here consonant letter, but the sound is also consonant sound. But the next examples, university, European, and union, so here there are these two letters U and E. Actually they are vowel letters, but the sound is y sound, which is consonant sound. So the article a is used. So though they start with vowel letter, the sound is y. So article a is used. Now in the next group of examples, these nouns egg, engineer, orange, umbrella, apple. Now all of them, they start with vowel letter a, u, o, e, and e, and the sound is also vowel sound, so article an is used. But you see these next four examples are, so here letter is h, but it is silent and actually the sound is vowel sound r. We say r, we don't say hour. Or here also this h is silent, so it is pronounced as honor. So sound is a sound is there. Actually a sound is vowel sound. And MP, so when we pronounce this abbreviation member of parliament, so we pronounce it as MP, and actually it starts with vowel sound, that is a, MP. Here also when we say an MA in English, so MA, it also starts with a sound. So these nouns, they also take vowel an. Use a or an before singular countable nouns. I have made a separate video on countable and uncountable nouns, which you can see by clicking the I button on your screen. So remember, singular countable nouns, they always take article a or an. So here you can see car, man, key, aeroplane, ant, house, bat, egg, elephant, hat. They all are countable nouns. You can count, you can say one car, two men, three keys, 5 aeroplanes. In the same way you can count all these examples nouns, so article a or an is used. But you can see the next group of nouns, which is uncountable: water, oil, happiness, furniture, luggage, information, weather, and work. All of these nouns are uncountable nouns which you cannot count as 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is no article as such. So you can't say a water or you can't say an oil. Okay, remember this rule. Use a or an to say what a thing or person is. So in order to tell the type of thing or person, we use article a or an. So when we say the sun is a star, here we are telling what the sun is. Hockey is a game. Tokyo is a city in Japan. A mouse is an animal and the earth is a planet. So in all these examples, actually we tell what these nouns are: the sun, hockey, Tokyo, a mouse and the earth. What type of nouns or what type of things are they? And we use article a or an in order to tell those things. We use a or an to say what a person's job is, was or will be. So remember, in order to speak about somebody's job or profession, we use article a or an. So in these examples, he is an engineer, she is a teacher, Picasso was a famous painter, are you a student, his father is a doctor. So in all these examples, these words engineer, teacher, painter, student or doctor, they tell us the type of job they have. So here article a or an is used before them. A or an means one person or one thing. So when we want to tell that something is one, we use article a or an. So when we say I haven't got a car, we mean one car. Do you want an apple or a banana? Here also one apple or one banana. We will be in France for a year. A year means for 1 year. I brush my teeth 3 times a day. A day means in a day. How much are those grapes? Rupees 60 a kilo. A kilo means for 1 kilo. So based upon our learning so far, here is an exercise for you. So you have to put article a or an where necessary. Where there is no article, just say zero article or no article. And if you want, you can pause the video and then think upon it and then play again to see the answers. Here are the answers. The first is I haven't got a watch. So watch is singular countable noun which starts with consonant, and that's why article a. The next is can I ask a question? So here also question is a singular countable noun that starts with consonant sound, so article a. In the next example, there is a noun person for which article a is used, which starts with this person starts with consonant sound. In the next example, Mary eats an apple every day. So apple is a noun which starts with vowel sound, so article an is used. In the next example, Tom doesn't eat meat. There is no article. This symbol represents zero article. So there is no article because this noun meat is uncountable noun. So we don't use any article before uncountable noun. Paul is a dentist. So here dentist is a singular countable noun which starts with consonant sound, so article a is used. In the next example, coffee and milk, both of them they are uncountable nouns, so zero article is there or no article is used. In the next example, it was an honor to meet you. So though this word it starts with letter H but it is silent and its pronunciation is honor, so article an is used. She has been given an MTV award. So this abbreviation is pronounced as MTV. So it starts with A sound. So article an is used. In the last example, have you got a euro coin for the slot machine? So here, though the letter E is there, it starts with consonant sound, y, so article a is used, a euro. A, an or the. As we have seen, articles a and an are called indefinite articles which has non-specific reference. So the reference is not made specific, is not made particular, is not made definite. So they are called indefinite article, whereas article the is called definite article because we make a particular reference, a specific reference. We will see with some examples. Sam sat down on a chair. So here when we mean Sam sat down on a chair. A chair means there were many chairs in the hall and Sam sat down on a chair, one of them. It is not specific, it is not particular. But in the next example, when we say Sam sat down on the chair nearest the door, so the identity of this chair is made clear, is made definite, is made specific, so we say the chair. In the same way, in the next examples, George is looking for a job, any job, not a particular job, not a specific job. But in the next example, did George get the job he applied for? So George had applied for some job and the person is asking, did George get the job? The job means the job for which George applied. In the next example, Rina is a student. So there are many students in the class and Rina is one of them. But in the next example, Rina is the youngest student in the class. So Rina is the only one who is youngest. So the identity is made clear, is made specific. There is only one youngest student in the class and it is Rina. Use article a or an to talk about something for the first time. So when we speak or when we write and we make reference to some noun for the first time, we use article a or an. But in the later references, we use that noun with definite article the, because the reference to that thing has become very clear, has become very definite. We'll see with some examples. I bought a jacket and a shirt. The jacket was cheap, but the shirt was expensive. So here, when I say for the first time jacket, I use article a, shirt, I use article a. But in the next sentence, I said the jacket. Which jacket? That I bought. Or which shirt? That I bought. So here, in the next example, or in the next line, the reference is clear, so article the is used. Now the second one, I had a sandwich and an apple for breakfast. The sandwich wasn't very good, but the apple was nice. So here, for the first time, when I use sandwich and apple, I use article, indefinite articles a and an. But once the reference is clear, I say the sandwich and I say the apple. In the next example, a man and a woman were sitting opposite me. The man was German, but I think the woman was Italian. For the first time, I am speaking about this man and woman, so I use indefinite article a. But once the reference is clear, I say the man and I say the woman because it has become definite. Next is use the when it is clear in the situation which thing or person we mean. So according to the situation, according to the circumstance, we use article the when the reference to the listener is very clear about which thing the person is speaking. For example, when I say, can you turn off the light please? So we are in the same room and there is only one light. So the listener understands that I am speaking about the light in the room. Or I would like to speak to the manager please. So maybe the manager of the shop, who is only one manager of that shop. So the listener knows, the speaker knows from the situation about which manager he is speaking about. I took a taxi to the station. Station, maybe there is only one station in that city or town, so he is speaking about that station. The reference is clear from the situation. Can you please turn down the radio a little bit? So here the speaker is speaking about the radio that is there in the room and he is speaking about that particular radio. The topic we are discussing is very interesting. So here you see which topic, the topic we are discussing. So from this sentence the situation is very clear about which topic they are speaking, so article the is used. That's why many times or this article the is called as the definite article because it makes specific references. Next rule is don't use the for general ideas or when we speak in general. For example, we don't eat fish very often. So in this example, fish is used in general sense. But see the next example, we had a very nice meal last night. So the speaker is speaking about the meal they had last night. And what was there in that meal? There was the fish. So the fish, because here the reference is not general, the reference is particular. So he says the fish was very good. The fish was very good when the meal they had last night. In the next example, I often listen to music. So here he refers to music in general. But in the next example, the film was not very good, but I liked the music. So the music of the film. So the particular reference has been made. Sugar isn't very good for you. So sugar, in a general sense of the term, sugar is used. But in the next example, can you pass the sugar please? So maybe on a dining table they are having dinner and somebody says, can you pass the sugar? So the reference is not general, the reference is particular. So for particular references we use article. We use the when there is only one of something, the unique thing in the world, the only one of its kind in the world. For example, the sky, the moon, the world, the sea. So all of them, they are only one. So we use article the. In this example, the sky is blue and the sun is shining. So sun and sky are the only one. In the next example, Paris is the capital of France. So the capital is only one, and that is Paris. The capital of France is the only one. Next is use the for musical instruments. When we speak of musical instruments, we use article the. For example, play the piano, the guitar, the trumpet, etc. Paula is learning to play the piano. Can you play the guitar? So in these examples, piano and guitar are musical instruments, so article the is used. Use the before same. So when there is construction like same, we use article the. Your shirt is the same color as mine. So here before same the is used. These two photographs are the same. So here also before same the is used. Next rule is use the before a superlative adjective when the adjective is followed by a noun. So when there is this construction, that is adjective is in its superlative degree and after that there is a noun. So before that adjective we use article the. See these examples. Who is the best player in your team? In this example, player is a noun and it is preceded by the adjective best, which is in superlative degree, and before that article the is used. In the next example, she is the most beautiful girl I have ever seen. So here in this example, girl is a noun, most beautiful is the superlative degree of the adjective beautiful, and before that article the is used. There are some constructions in English language where we use article the. So for example, when we say go to the cinema, we say the cinema. We say go to the theater. We say go to the bank. We say go to the post office. I never go to the theater, but I often go to the cinema. So here before theater, cinema, bank, post office article the is used. Are you going to the bank? So here also bank is there and before that article the is used. Next is we use the station, the airport, the city center, these kinds of constructions. These words noun, station, airport and city center, they take article the. We live in an old house near the station. Or Suzanne works in the city center. So these words, these nouns, station, city center, they always take article the. We also say the police, the fire brigade, the army. So here in these examples, my brother is in the army. So here with this noun army, article the is used. I went to the police. So with this noun to police, article the is used. We also say go to the doctor, go to the dentist. So we use article the with doctor and dentist. For example, you are not well. Why don't you go to the doctor? So here article the is there. I am going to the dentist. So dentist is there, article the is there. Use the and adjective construction or the plus adjective construction to talk about a group of people. For example, the young, the old, the elderly, the rich, the poor, etc. So when we say the young, we mean young people. When we say the rich, we mean rich people. When we say the poor, we mean poor people. When we say the old, we mean old people. So in this example, do you think the rich should pay more taxes to help the poor? So here the rich. So when we say the rich, we mean rich people. And here too, when we say the poor, we mean poor people. So this is the construction the plus adjective. So actually it means the rich means rich people. Next is use the before names of rivers, gulfs, seas, groups of islands, mountain ranges, etc. So before all these names, use article the. For example, the Ganges, the Amazon, the Persian Gulf, the Pacific Ocean, the Dead Sea, the Himalayas, the Andamans. So we use article the. Next is use the plus a singular countable noun to talk about a type of animal, machine, etc. which represents a whole class. So when a particular noun represents a whole class, particular animal or machine represents a whole class, we use article the, or when we use article the with them, it represents whole class. The camel is the sheep of the desert. So when we say like this, we mean that all camels or this particular camel represents the class. So not only one camel, but all camels. The bicycle is an excellent means of transport. So here the bicycle represents all the bicycles. So not only one bicycle, but all bicycles. So the bicycle, the camel, they represent the whole class. Next is we say the top, the middle, the left, etc. For example, write your name at the top of the page. My house is at the end of the street. The table is in the middle of the room. Do you drive on the right or on the left in your country? So in these kinds of phrases, in these kinds of constructions, we use article the. So this is all about the use of articles in the sentences and the. But there are some situations, some sentences where we don't use any article in the sentences. So what are these rules where we do not use any article? So we also say omission of the article, or we can call it as zero article, which is represented by this symbol. So we do not use any article, number one, before the names of meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, etc. So before the names of meals, we don't use any article. What did you have for breakfast? We had lunch in a very nice restaurant. What time is dinner? So see, all these nouns, breakfast, lunch and dinner, they do not use any article. We do not use any article before the names of games and sports. For example, my favorite sports are cricket and hockey. So before the names of games, we do not use any article. Next is before names of languages and academic subjects also we do not use any article. Do you think English is difficult? So English is the name of the subject, we don't use any article. Sachin's brother is studying physics and chemistry. Physics and chemistry are academic subjects. We don't use any article before languages and academic. We don't use any article before names of people and places. So we say Jenny, Tom, Ram, Africa, New Delhi, London, etc. We don't use any article before these proper nouns. Next is we don't use any article before the names of individual peaks and mountains. We have seen that we use article before the names of mountain ranges, but not individual peaks and mountains. So in this example, you can see Mount Everest is the individual peak, Mount Etna, Mount Blanc, all of them, they are individual peaks. So no article is used before them. Next is we don't use any article before the construction like noun plus number. So here in these examples, our train leaves from platform 5. Or have you got these shoes in size 43? You see these two constructions, platform 5. So platform is a noun and then there is a number. So here also size is a noun and there is a number. So with this we don't say the platform 5. We don't say the size 43. So here is the exercise which will check your understanding. You have to put articles a and the in the blank spaces or zero article wherever there is no need. If you want, you can pause the video for a moment, look earlier of the session where you have learned the rules of the articles and then come back. Here are the answers. Jane is an interesting person.
So here it is quite easy. Interesting person. So here it starts with interesting, starts with vowel sound. So article un is used. Next is my brother doesn't eat chicken. Chicken is uncountable noun. So we don't use any article before uncountable noun. So zero article. What is the highest mountain in the world? So here highest is the superlative degree of adjective high, which is followed by noun mountain, and before that article the is used. World is the unique, it's the only one thing of its kind, so article the is used. Have you had dinner yet? So here we don't use any article before the names of meals like breakfast, lunch, dinner. So there is no article. I have a 1-year-old daughter. Here you pay attention to this word one. So though it starts with vowel letter O, the pronunciation is this sound, that is one, w sound is there, which is consonant sound, so article a. We used to live in the city center. We use article the before city center or station or bank. School children have to wear a uniform. Here also, though it starts with vowel letter U, the pronunciation, it starts with y sound, which is consonant sound, so article a. The earth goes around the sun. Sun and the earth are the only one of its kind, the unique thing in the world. I don't like basketball. So we don't use any article before the names of games and sports. I live in an apartment. The apartment is new. So here un is used before this word because it starts with vowel sound. Here once we get the identity clear of that apartment, which apartment we mean, so the article, the definite article is used. So friends, this is all about articles. I know that it's a very vast topic. Still I have tried to cover nearly all the rules, but there are many more rules regarding the use of articles, which I will cover in another lesson very soon.
Friends, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, and if you are new to my channel, remember to subscribe it to get the latest notifications of videos right here on YouTube. Enjoy learning, and I'll see you soon in another lesson.